Welcome back to Crypto Atlas, your daily source for crypto whale alerts, crypto market news, and DeFi gems. And let's go ahead and get started. So first up, we've got a massive 65 million XRP transfer that's valued at roughly $121 million. And that moved directly from Ripple to an unknown wallet. This happened on December 23rd. And whenever you see funds leaving Ripple and heading into a wallet with no public label, it immediately raises eyebrows. Is this strategic liquidity placement, preparation for an institutional move, or something tied to upcoming ecosystem activity? Ripple does not move this kind of size casually, and history tells us these transfers often line up with something bigger behind the scenes. Now, it gets even crazier. On December 22nd, we saw not one, not two, but three separate transfers of 95 million XRP each, all moving from unknown wallets to unknown wallets. Each of these is worth around $183 to $184 million. So let that sink in for a second. That's nearly 300 million XRP shuffled within hours. This does not look like retail behavior, and it doesn't feel random. This feels coordinated, deliberate, and very calculated. And when whales start moving like this, especially between unknown wallets, it's usually signaling repositioning. Sometimes it's custody changes. Sometimes it's preparation for ETF related liquidity. Sometimes it's whales consolidating before a major move. The timing is what really stands out here. These transfers happen back to back like someone was lining pieces up on a chessboard. You don't move this much XRP unless you expect volatility, upside, or both. And I want to talk more about some of the crypto news in just a second. Letting you guys know there's a crypto exchange called BTCC. I do have a referral link in the description down below if you want to check that out and see more details on that. Also, you can go ahead and join my Telegram group if you want to stay updated on the latest. And let's go ahead and keep going with the news. So when it comes to all these transfers, here's the fun part to speculate on. We also have ETF inflows that are increasing, institutional demand growing, and XRP grabbing headlines again. Whales may be front-running future demand. They might be positioning for lending, yield products, or even structured products that require massive on-chain liquidity. And this kind of movement usually happens before price reacts, not after. Whales move first, and then the charts react later. Well, let's go ahead and continue on now with the crypto news. So we're zooming out because it lines up almost too perfectly. Ripple is officially building a protocol native lending system on the XRPL aimed at institutional grade credit. That is huge. This is exactly the kind of infrastructure that attracts serious capital, not just traders, but funds, banks, and credit providers. Lending changes everything because it creates yield opportunities directly on chain. And on the ETF front, Volatility Shares just filed a 485 BXT for its 2x XRP ETF. This is with a new target launch date of January 22nd, 2026. This keeps the first leveraged XRP ETF on track for a Q1 debut, which is massive for exposure and liquidity. And at the same time, we have Franklin Templeton. Their spot XRP ETF just crossed 100 million XRP in holdings, now sitting at over 101 million XRP, worth nearly $193 million. That's real demand. And we're also seeing new yield products like the Earn XRP launching using Flare Networks infrastructure, adding even more ways for holders to put XRP to work. XRP has also officially surpassed BNB in market cap to reclaim the 4th spot globally, which is not a small headline. Big money notices rankings like that. And finally, reports are coming out that global pension funds and insurance companies are actively interested in XRP ETFs. Spot ETFs have logged inflows every single day since launch, totaling over $1.21 billion in net assets, When you combine that with whale activity, institutional lending, and expanding yield products, it paints a very clear picture. Something big is building around XRP. The whales see it, institutions see it, and the infrastructure is being laid right now. So guys, keep your eyes open, stay sharp, and as always, it's Crypto Atlas. I'll keep you guys updated on everything. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at the XRP trading chart because markets have not been so friendly, right? So here we are, $1.84. If we go back on here on November 13th, you can actually see it was around $2.46. If you haven't been watching my videos, the reason why that date is so significant for XRP is that is the day of the first spot XRP ETF that was over in the United States. And so with it launching at a price of $2.46, we have seen quite the significant drop take place here. It has moved down quite dramatically. It's not an ideal situation for sure. So let's go and take a look at the price range starting from back here and to where we are right now. We have since seen a drop of over 25%. So again, not an ideal situation, but you do need to keep in mind people have been trading XRP for years and people are looking at some buying opportunities. With it being down 25% just from the spot ETF alone, to many people that could look very enticing. A lot of other people might be looking saying they think it's going to drop even lower. If we go back from the all-time high, it's down 49.64%. So down nearly 50% in total just from that high that we took place, right? So I think a lot of people are watching this and at some point you got to ask how much lower could it really go with all of the good news that's coming out with ETFs, the fact that we've had plenty of time. This wasn't like a quick drop. It's progressively moved its way down. I'm very curious to see how that continues to play out. Something else to keep in mind is that we do have this level of support at $1.83. We saw it getting tested here back on December 18th. It briefly pulled down below. The next day, we saw a really nice pump up. It actually dropped even lower at one point, though, going to about $1.77, pushing near that $1.75 psychological level. So right now, after 3 days of closure in the red, we're on a fourth daily candle that's looking pretty red as well. And again, that level of support, it's going to be hard for it to drop down below it. But let's just say if it does, the next major level of support on the Fibonacci retracement would be down here at $1.40. I would still keep an eye on $1.75, $1.50 for psychological reasons. And that's what I got for you guys in today's video. So let me know what you think down in the comments below. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit subscribe. I'm also over on Blue Sky at Crypto Atlas. You can check me out there. And again, I have that referral link for BTCC in the description. Thank you so much, everybody. I really appreciate my Patreon supporters as well as my YouTube members. God bless you, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.